Guys, welcome back to the AustinJB YouTube channel. It's been way too long, but I want to start making videos again. Picked up another project car, and let me just start by saying this wasn't meant to happen to me. This wasn't meant to happen. This was not something I was looking for. Just kind of fell in my lap. I was looking for an RX-7 FD dream car, as you may know, for some of those who've been following the channel. But somehow ended up what's in this unit right behind me, which I'm really excited to show you guys. Now, it's not a perfect car, but it's gonna be perfect. I'm gonna make it into the vision that I have. I already have people working with me to create this vision. It does need some love. Engine needs a little bit of TLC, and that's okay. I'm willing to give it to her, and yeah, let's just dive into it. All right, without further ado, I want to introduce to you my new car. So yeah, this is it. I'm just incredibly excited to start working on this, diving deep into it. I can't wait. I can't wait. I know there's gonna be issues along the way, which is fine. We'll get into those. I'm just stoked to make this thing something unique and awesome, and can't wait to share that journey with you guys. All right, so we got the hood or trunk open. We're gonna try to dig into what the problem is and figure out why it's blowing so much smoke. I do have a speculation, and this is because of the S14. I know I should have more videos, but it was blowing a lot of smoke. The owner had told me that it was the turbo that was creating all the smoke. I believed him. I replaced the turbo. Scott even said that yes, it was probably the turbo. Ended up being a PCV valve. So I think if it is a PCV valve, this would be a killer deal. This would all be fixed. PCV valve. The other option that I think is, let's take a look into this radium system that they set up. This is a radium catch can, so we're just gonna make sure they plumbed everything correctly. PCV valve, that's it right there. That's our PCV valve, this little guy. So we're gonna replace him, see if that fixes anything. The cap looks a little old, but I can't really tell. Okay, hopefully this turns out well. We got our cover off. We got our PCV valve exposed here. We're gonna pull that off. Here's our new one. Hopefully we see some damage in here. I'm not really sure what we're gonna see. We did check all the lines for this oil catch can, and it looks like it's correct. There was kind of this questionable heat shrink part with like a little hose clamp here, so we might come back and look at that. Just take that off, make sure it all looks okie dokie. But yeah, let's rip this off. All right, got it off finally. That was a pain, but now I don't know if I should be worried. Yeah, there's like some stuff down in there. Not sure what that is. Looks a little concerning, I'd say, but I don't know. I'll have to look into it. And we are back in the garage. I had to go to bed. I was tired, but here we are. We found the boogies, found that spaghetti and nasty stuff. Turns out it's just moisture gets in the oil, creates this boogie looking color. Totally normal. I thought the worst. I thought coolant was mixing with the oil. Went to check the oil was super low. Not a good sign. So I got some oil, added in, got some fuel, add that in. I saw some low fuel because the fuel light's on. It can cause some smoking. So I'm about to fire this thing up now. We got the new PCV valve on, that black cap. So that's on, sweet. And then, yeah, we'll see how this thing is running. I'm trying to use my phone. I don't know how much I like it. I might switch to the camera, but I don't know. It's gonna take some time getting back into the swing of things here, so bear with me, but I hope you enjoy the journey of trying to figure out what's going on with the Gallardo here. So yeah, let's start it up. And just one other thing too, we can expect a whole lot of smoke because if this was on low oil, then with all the oil I did add, which was about 4 quarts, we can expect it to be smoking quite a bit more than it was, but I guess we'll see. So I'm still thinking now, because the PCV valve was not the issue, it might have to pull the engine to fix it, be like a head gasket or something. So I was already assuming that when I bought the car, that the engine was gonna have to come out, but I'm just trying to be hopeful in that maybe it doesn't and try to eliminate every possibility. So we're gonna find out. Let's let it run for a little bit and see what happens. Yeah, I don't expect anything good. All right, valve's closed. It sounds pretty normal. Still just smoking a lot. Let's check the temps. All right. Gas light still on. Coolant sensor. Not sure what the other red X is. Water temp seems normal. Oil. I don't know if that one's working, the oil sensor and battery. Next time I'll have to keep an eye on that oil sensor. I'm assuming it's not because the sensor keeps going off, so it's just pinging it to the top. But yeah, this one, to show you the inside, has an upgraded center panel, so pretty cool. Started smoking pretty good, so I just shut it off. Some guy drove in and he was giving me some dirty looks and I felt super bad, but no one's here in the evenings, so we're gonna try this again, letting it run. I had a friend tell me that if I let it run for 10 minutes, take around a block, that I might get it to stop smoking. I don't know. We're just under the assumption that it's been sitting for a super long time. So I don't know. I did pick up this guy at the store, compression tester. I want to check all the compression, make sure it's good. I also want to put on some spark plugs. I'm sure those spark plugs that are in there are pretty covered and just caked in soot. So let's get to it. Okay, so you can still see it's smoking quite a bit. We're gonna let it run here for, I don't know, like 5-6 minutes, something like that. Then we'll just take on a lap around the block and see if that changes anything, but fingers crossed it does. If not, we probably have bigger issues. I still want to do the compression test. Haven't done that yet. I know, should have done it. I also want to pressurize the coolant system, make sure we're not having any loss of pressure. These are things I'll probably try tomorrow. So yeah, let's see how it does. So I didn't really want to film on the drive, but you can see it. This is after the drive. It's still smoking a decent amount. More so it looks like on this side than the other side. I almost want to let it run just a little bit more. It smoked the whole time. It was laying down smoke. We were just out here smoking up the neighborhood. Luckily this is a business complex, so really no one out here, but yeah, I don't know. We're gonna figure this out. Yeah, it really kind of looks like just that one side now. So and it is kind of cooling down a little bit. Maybe I just let it run, do another lap. I'm not really sure, but we're gonna figure this out. Guys, this car is scary fast. I mean, scary fast. I thought the JZ was fast. No, this thing breaks all 4 wheels loose. It's insane. But good news, I just don't think anybody ever drove this thing. All the smoking out the back, gone. Completely gone. So I'll get out and show you guys. Okay, a little panic at the end there. As I'm pulling back into here, luckily I literally pull back in, oil pressure lights going off, 0 pressure. Not seeing any oil pressure on the ground, which is good. We'll check the oil. It's kind of making like a hissing. I don't know if you can hear that. I think that's just the exhaust because it's so hot. But we'll look into everything that we can look into and figure out if we fix the problem or if the problem just went away because there's no more oil left to burn, which I would cry. So I'll keep you updated. I don't know how well this is gonna work. It's starting to get dark. Check the oil, and sorry, it's hard to film while checking the oil out of a hot engine. I want to be able to show you guys. Couldn't get on tape, but pull the dipstick out. The dipstick, it was just underneath the fill line. My heart sank at first. I thought it was dry. There was oil on there. Cleaned it, put it back in, pulled it just under the fill line, cleaned it off, put it back in again, just under the fill line, just for, you know, peace of mind. So the oil is in there. Loss of oil pressure. That's weird that would just go off. Give me the indication on the dash, and then also I saw it on the dial as soon as it said that. I look over again. Luckily I was right here, so I could just pull it in, turn it off. Yeah, I don't know. The smoking did stop, but I wonder if that had to do with the oil pressure. But I don't know if it did. Only because while I was driving it around, it stopped. I did maybe like 4 laps around this little loop, just right here in this industrial park, and it did stop burning oil maybe like the 3rd lap in. Then the 4th lap was just, let's just lock it in. I just don't think I should have probably locked it in. I should have just been okay with the 3 and seen where it went from there. But I don't know. Can't complain. If this really is the fix, it wasn't smoking nearly as bad as it has been. And maybe that's all I needed was to get driven. So still want to change the spark plugs, check compression. Still want to do the test on the coolant. And now we got to figure out oil pressure. If that is just a sensor that may have gone bad, or if this is real life. So stay tuned. And we're back in the unit. We were working on the car today. So on that drive, we had no smoke. It was great. Pulled it in. Oil pressure light did come on for some reason. I think it may be just under idle. So luckily we were here. I just shut it off. Check the oil. We had good oil. So today we are going to check the coolant, make sure our coolant looks okay. We're going to pull the spark plugs. I did get this guy right here. So we are going to scope inside those cylinders and make sure that we don't have any coolant or anything pulling up in there, because I did fire it up just one day ago and was smoking again. So let's figure out what's going on. Before we get into tearing the car apart, there's just some things I want to show you. It's like they put all these panels in here, but they didn't actually bolt them down. So these just lift up. There's no bolts on this one or this back one. The only bolts that are in here is this bolt right here, and then there's just one right back there. That's the only 2 bolts that are holding this thing in. Otherwise, pretty easy to just remove that. Same thing up front. You can just see it looks like all they did was slap this front end together. The panels don't line up to the hood or the bumper. On this side, you can see it's a little too far to the left. It's like nothing lines up. Then if you come down, look at the hood, and then the headlight and fender fitment is just horrible. Well, that's something I struggle with the engine too, is I keep dropping bolts down in here. Not bolts, but keep dropping tools and bolts, and then they disappear. Can't find them. I don't know how sketchy this is going to be or not, but I have to get this off in order to remove this trim piece. So I have a teeny little screwdriver in here to take off this metal kind of band that wraps around the ball joint there to keep the strut on. I'm gonna take this, try to pry it off, keep this hood up. We'll see how this goes. Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah, it was pretty heavy, but we got it. Well, that's not good. Our coolant system looks a little low. So checking the coolant, it's super low. Good. But there's coolant in there. So it's a good sign that there's probably a leak. We're still gonna pull these spark plugs. Check to see if there's coolant inside the cylinders. Looking at this engine now though, I mean, we got stuff missing, bolts all over the place. This isn't bolted in and multiple. Oh, there's that screw. Get that screw out. We also got like this. I don't know what this is. That looks a little jank. You get this little hack job of heat shrink and a hose for the PCV system and the catch can. Catch can is probably the nicest thing looking in here, but yeah, we're gonna go through it, fix all these that are supposed to be for all the mounting. They're all crooked all over the place. There's another one. There's one. So we're gonna fix it all up, get it all good. Just bear with me. Just looking around the bay, I did find just a couple wires here that are cut. Not sure what those go to. So if anybody knows, that'd be great. It does run back all the way and goes right there into the front of the car. So if anyone knows what that is, that'd be super helpful. Thank you. So I kind of gave up on taking the spark plugs out, which is fine. You know, it's fine. In my head, I'm thinking it really has to be the coolant that's leaking into the cylinders. So let's just pressure test the coolant. So I got a radiator cap pressure test kit here. We're gonna slap it on there and test it out. We'll see what comes of it. I don't know. I'm expecting to see the pressure not holding, so let's go find out. Well, this is the special adapter that they give us at the parts store, but you need specialer than special for Lamborghini, because this part is way too small. So we'll figure out another way to test this thing. All right, we got the little bracket off that's holding this reservoir. We're starting to work off these plugs, get them all out. Easiest way is start from the back side of the block and then work I guess this would be the front. Start at the front, work towards the back, because if you're close to this connector, it really will resist you wanting to come off. So we're working this way forward. We'll pull some coil packs off here, get the spark plugs off, and see what's underneath. Someone already broke the tab on this one. All the other ones seem to be okay. It's kind of annoying having this reservoir here, but what can you do? I'm trying not to drain all the coolant, so we'll leave it as is. And we'll just start back here. Never had coil packs give me such trouble trying to come out. It's a pain in the butt. I don't know what's going on. I might just have soft hands now, who knows. There we go. Look at that. There's one. So yeah, it's got like some crazy rubber boot that fits around it. I don't know if that's a stock thing. I really don't know. I've seen other videos and I don't remember seeing this part, but maybe I'm wrong. I do remember this, but don't be doing this, putting multiple extensions on there if you can help it. One is plenty. Here we go. Let's spark plug out. Used anti-seize. Well, good news. First thing I smell is it smells like fuel. I mean, it really smells like fuel, so maybe it looks pretty freaking gnarly though. Look at that thing. That is pretty caked. But really bad fuel smell. We could get lucky and maybe it's just an injector that's leaking into the cylinder, causing fuel to just leak out. But I want to explain the low coolant, so let's go get our scope and see what we have down in there. I was really impressed buying this thing. This was about like 20 bucks on Amazon. These things used to cost a fortune back in the day, so it's cool that they don't cost that much anymore. Yeah, it's got a lot of functions. It's gonna be brighter. Zoom in, zoom out. So pretty cool. Let's shove it down in there and we'll see what we can find. All right, here it is. It is kind of hard to see, but I can't tell, but you can see the top of the cylinder head, and that kind of looks like a puddle of something. Not really sure what that is. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what it is. You know, smelling this thing, it really smells like fuel. Yeah, fuel. That's what it smells like. Back working on the car tonight. Did the spark plugs on this side. Gotta do them on this side tonight still, which is fine. Gonna go do a gas run. I only got 2 gallons, so I'm trying to fill this gas tank up. It's been on E. I'm sure that's contributing to some of the smoking, so every time I come here I try to fill up 2 gallons, come back, drop off 2 gallons. So I gotta do that. I wanna add up some coolant. Knowing that it's low, just keep an eye on it. If it does leak more, we can tell a little more easily, because it was already low to begin with. So I was thinking maybe it was higher and leaked down, but we'll just add some coolant in there. And then, yeah, I just want to see what this thing can do. Get the other spark plugs in there, let it run for a while, take it on a real drive. I still have to get plates for the car. You can see there's no plates down there, so still have to do that. That's no problem though. We'll get plates, and yeah, maybe see what this thing can, if this thing will be back to life and running healthy. And every time I open this garage, like, I'll show you like this unit. Every time I open this up and see this in here, I feel so lucky. I really do. This is a dream car for me, and so I don't take it for granted by any means. This is like a dream for me. So it's really cool to be able to open that door and see this car sitting in here. But I just can't wait to have it back on the road, running healthy, and knowing that it's not going to break down on me. All right, we're getting fuel for this thing, and then we're going to fill up the oil a little bit because it was low. I don't know if I'm correctly filling it. I don't know. I'm still new to this car, so you should just add oil, but who knows if there's like some procedure with it. So yep. And then we're going to take out the left bank spark plugs, check inside those cylinders, make sure everything looks good. I don't know, we'll see. And then we'll fire this thing up, probably not tonight, but maybe tomorrow. But we're getting there. And I really just want to take to the gas station to go get fuel. I was thinking about doing that tonight to just fill it up all the way. But there's already a sheriff parked at the gas station, and there was one just kind of hovering around in the area. So not the smartest idea, but that's all right. When I had the covers on, I initially thought that this side was going to be a lot harder to change the spark plugs because of the reservoir and just kind of all this stuff around it. But after taking the plastics off, this side is going to be the pain, and that's what we have to do tonight. You're never going to believe this. So these three came off just fine. The fourth one and fifth one came off just fine, but they're not totally off. I don't know if you can see in here. The fifth one is still kind of hanging on. Yeah, it's still on there. But what's going on is this connector won't pull out because this thing, the heat shield for the exhaust is preventing from this whole thing to pull out because it's hitting this. This is so raised that it won't pull off with these last two ignition coils. So I think I'm gonna pull these first three, and then for the last two, I'm gonna try to work them up together just enough to get this whole harness off and then pull those out. Okay, I got the harness off, got this plug out. As I'm pulling this plug out, the PCV cap totally pops off. So yeah, haven't had a good look back in there since we pulled it and replaced it the other night. So let's just take a look. Yeah, there's still kind of that boogery stuff in there, but that's just moisture from what I read. So we just need a good drive and that should clear up. We'll replace all these plugs and get all the fluids looking good and take this thing on a nice drive, and hopefully it all goes well. But yeah, thought I'd share PCV cap. I'm sure there's a better way to do it without having to remove that, but one more plug left buried under that mess to pull out the coil pack, and then I'll replace all the plugs. Still haven't replaced those yet. Replace all these plugs, then we'll be good to go. All right, got all the coil packs out. That last one was a pain in the butt. Don't even ask how I got it out. Pulling first spark plug out now. We already got it loosened up. So let's take this bad boy out. See what it looks like. If it's anything like the right bank, it's gonna be pretty dark and have a lot of carbon buildup, but who knows? That's why we're doing this. So let's find out. Here she comes. Oh my God, I almost dropped this freaking socket. Okay, I gotta put the phone down and pull it out. All right, there it is. Just like the other side, really smells like fuel, and you can see how wet it is. Yeah, smells really bad like fuel. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's just fuel. We're gonna also check out these other ones just to compare. You can kind of see. So that was the right bank compared to the first spark plug on the left. This better percent. There we go. So, yeah. I think this thing is just needing someone to actually drive it, which, if this is the case, this is going to be crazy for the price I paid for this thing. If that's all it needs, I got really lucky. But we're going to give it those spark plugs, we're going to change the air filter, freshen up coolant, oil, you know the game. But yeah, we'll see how she does. Well guys, now we got a problem. I got my borescope in there. Here's the image, you can kind of see. Oh, it looks like fuel. So looking at the bottom, you can see the piston head. Then it looks like a crescent moon, and there's two of them. So that first bit is fuel, I believe, because that's what I've been seeing all the others. But then we got that other one. It looks a fair bit darker. I don't know if that's just oil, but yeah, that's not good. This is the first cylinder I've seen that has had this, so that's not a good sign. But we're still gonna replace the spark plugs anyways, and we'll keep an eye on that. Either way, I'm pumped to still work on this thing, try to figure out what's going on. Lots to do still, lots to diagnose and keep an eye on. Want to try to keep the engine as healthy as possible, so if we do need to rebuild, we can reuse a lot of the parts and we're not having to like replace anything major like a block or something. Keep the fingers crossed that that shit ain't cracked or anything, but I think we'll be okay. We'll just keep on chugging along, and yeah, I'm gonna put these plugs back in, get out of here, and be back tomorrow. Well, couldn't help myself, and I put all the plugs back in on this side, and so I think I might just try to fire it up real quick and see how it does. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't. No, there's no point. I'm not doing it because I gotta run this thing for a while. Glad we talked that one out, so not gonna fire it up. Just gonna close it up for a night. But yeah, all those are back in. Got the PCV valve back on, so we are good to go for tomorrow. All right, for real, going home. Have a good night. It's another day working on the car. Super excited to get back into it again. It's kind of windy outside. I don't know if you can hear it rattling the door, so hopefully that doesn't affect the audio too much. But I did some looking because I wanted to order a new air filter, and I thought there was a cross reference. And then I noticed when I started looking at engine pictures that the filter box was different than the one that's in my car. So maybe this has something different. But you can see this box goes all the way across, where in other pictures there's two, one for each side. So I'm gonna open this up, see how the filters look. If they look good, I'm gonna keep them. Got some coolant coming to add that. For now, I'm actually going to start on the latch. I've been having some issues where it doesn't want to close all the way, and it's just because there's this little hook back inside of here, which is really hard to see. It's not this hook, but there's this hook way back in here. Kind of latches on the side, like right here. That thing is having trouble keeping this latch down, because when this one folds over, it kind of locks that tab right there. So I'm gonna take some WD-40, clean up back here, and then hopefully we will have some better results. Okay. Just throw a rag underneath here. I'll be real honest, I can't tell I'm spraying here. Let's try to spray. I see a spring and some hinge points. I'm just trying to spray those to get this thing to loosen up, because it definitely feels grimy and dirty here. All right, I'm gonna call that a job well done. All right, coolant is coming in tomorrow. Guy forgot to order it at the parts store. Charging for it, didn't order for it. Fine, we'll get it tomorrow. So we're gonna hold off on that. The back end, for now, is pretty good. I have all the carbon trim. I'm not gonna put that in yet until we're 100% sure on this thing. I do think with that oil, it's gonna be valve seals, which is fine. We'll just watch our oil consumption. Yeah, let's move on to the front. So on the front, these hood struts do not work, so I'm using my camera stand. But you can really see kind of the laziness of this car for whoever put it back together, because there's that big gap on the right side, too close of fender hood gap on the left. The one kind of cool thing I do like, I know it's a new front end, but seeing the original Lambo green on the hood that they used, that is pretty sick. But yeah, if you look down into these, they use a bunch of self-tappers that aren't even holding this bumper on really. That's not a self-tapper, but I just want to get the correct hardware. But then even looking at it like this, self-tapper when you could just put the clip on, put a bolt down. So fixing stuff like that, gonna fix this little plastic brake, get that back together. So we don't want to have to buy new headlights. Those are pretty pricey. I looked at them and that's a hard no. We do need to get the pumps. The pumps are not in there, and we need the caps for those on both sides. Yeah, same thing. I still need the boot and the trim. That'll be something I'll have to order, but the other last thing part is right here. You can see that both these are supposed to have like pinches. Like that's a normal pinch. It's meant to be a weak part of the brace right there. But if you look at the right side, this has all sorts of pinches up in here. So that is not normal. So I'll be ordering one of these, which is surprisingly cheap. Kind of replaces all this. I'll just have to take all that off in order to replace that piece, but honestly, not too bad of a job. So we're gonna get it done. While I'm just wiping this thing down, I did notice on this side, this is probably from an accident too, but this kind of plasticky shroud is broken, so I'm gonna have to replace that as well and figure out what this connector right here is for. I'm guessing it's gonna be for the washer motor for the headlights, but I am not 100% sure. And this is what I hate seeing as well. A little bit of a wiring job back there. Not sure who got into it, but I don't think it'll affect anything being up front, and it looks fine, but it's just something to keep in mind. So now cleaning this headlight, I noticed how loose it was. Just look at that. So we actually have a broken tab right here. We got another broken tab right up there, which they look like good brakes, and maybe they tried a JB weld, but that's not the way to fix those. So I'm gonna fix these, try to save them because they do work great. So whatever can help. And we do have both hookups for the headlights on both sides. We're back. It's another new day. Gonna work on the interior now. Front is still assembled. Probably start taking that off a little later this evening. But I'm gonna work on the interior and see if I can fit better in this car. So I got the seat all the way forward. It's got two T45 bolts on the rear as well as the front. I'm gonna pull the seat out, see how well I fit in there. And then the other thing I need to do is, if you can see inside this door, there's only one bolt on the bottom, no bolt up top. Someone replaced the bolt up there already. So I'm gonna see if I can get in one of these bolts at like Ace Hardware or something, and then just make it so this door is a little bit better adjusted, because the way that's fitting up against this portion right here is not that great. If you ever want to see what's under one of these seats, there's like a whole wiring harness under here, so we'll work on disconnecting all those and then pull this seat out of here and see how well I fit. Okay, that is all out. Hopefully that was decent on camera. Moment of truth. Am I gonna fit in this car? I don't know. About to find out. Got her. She out. That was kind of tricky. I'm gonna clean this before singing it because it is a little nasty in here. So I'll clean this up. And it is somewhat of me just procrastinating because I know as soon as I sit in this and I don't fit, I'm gonna be pretty sad. But come on, come on. Wish I had a vacuum, but look at all that nasty stuff. There's no electricity here. I need a shop vac. Got one at home, but I'm gonna have to bring it here to clean this thing. All right, moment of truth. Fingers crossed. Here we go. I really hope I fit. Oh yeah, this is it. This is it. Well, this makes me super happy. Sorry, I'm just enjoying the moment. So next thing, what I'll need to do is I'll need to get a racing seat. I'll put it in here to exactly how I'm sitting now. The seat will be just maybe an inch off the ground of where I'm sitting, which will be perfect compared to what that seat was at. So I'm really excited about this. Yeah, I can comfortably fit 4 fingers of space between my head and the ceiling. So this is perfect. All right, now the next question is, if I do have a racing seat, it's gonna be a bucket, so it's gonna be along my sides. How am I gonna get out of here? Let's see. Let's see how it is without a racing seat, just to get out of the seat. Bucket. Ah! That's not too bad. Well, project fix the door today is over. I bought this bolt here thinking that this was right size. So I looked up, it said it was an M8. I was like, no fucking way, that's so small. So I got an M10 thinking like this is for sure gonna fix the door. It seemed and like it was the right size. But let me just show you here. So I remembered this bolt and the head size is the same. It's both a 17 head size on there, as you can see. But when I actually looked at the hole down here, I think it actually is M8. So if you look at this, this won't even go into the first part of this hole. So it's way smaller. So I gotta change that out, which is fine. And then we can get this door fixed. Seat's still out. It's kind of interesting they have seat spacers for the seat, but yeah, no worries. We're gonna get this thing all rocking and rolling. We'll get it cleaned up. All right, guys, this is gonna be the end of the video. So if you have anything that you caught while I was doing, or tips maybe to look into, please, I would like to hear suggestions. If you have any experience with this car, I would love to help. Before we go, let's fire this thing up one more time. Now that we've done the spark plugs, PCV valve, checked all our coolant, fluids, got all that topped off. Let's just see how she does, and yeah, please like, comment, subscribe. Hope you enjoy watching me try to bring this thing back to life and some, because we're gonna have this thing looking crazy. So appreciate y'all. Have a great day. Peace.